I think with everybody walking over towards it, it's gonna run away. Huh. So we just got to Canarvon Gorge. We set up our, hey, that's Allie. Oh yeah, look at her dance.
There's a room over there.
I know, everyone's getting close to it.
Go,
Okay,
go,
fine.
go.
We just set up our tents. Ow, that's a bug.
Oh, I do see bugs. I see bugs.
Usually that's the best.
I need my phone. American, look at those feet, man.
I like the... It's Monday, you were so much fun.
There's bats flying all over the sky.
Where are you gonna run?
Here.
Can you talk to him?
So there's a pond of water in front of us, and the bats are dipping down in the water to get water. And there's a giant swarm in front of us.
Dipping into the water. They're getting a drink. Yep. I've been asleep all day in the hot sun, and they need to cool off before foraging for fruit and flowers. Never seen this many bats.
Alright, we are on the bus going to our next hello. I braided Rachel's hair. This is the masterpiece. It's not perfect. I had not that much time, but she's happy with it. Cassia looking cool as ever with her sunglasses, even though she's in the bus and the sun isn't shining her in the face. It's like, it's cool, it's cool. We're in Canarvon Gorge. Well, yeah. Are we in Canarvon? Yeah. Or are we in a campsite outside of Canarvon?
It's kind of Canarvon area, right? We're going to the gorge.
Oh, we're going to the gorge.
I don't know.
We're in Canarvon. I didn't know. We're gonna do a really long hike today. That's all.
Why don't you hold up about there, Natalie, and I'll try to get a couple of students on each rock.
Ooh.
God. Please join me, someone. This is so good. Ready? Maybe. But I don't want to put sunscreen on my face. I'll put it back on my body. I don't want it to wash off. Yeah. I just don't want it to get too... I really want to, like... dive.
Everybody wave!
Woo! Nobody turned around.
It's still a fun picture. What if I put my shirt?
I know.
The hat feels really good.
The hat is good enough for me. I don't feel like my shirt is gonna get wet, it's gonna get sticky.
Yeah. I don't think I'm into wet shit. It is gonna rub. It's gonna chafe.
He's gonna dry, so
I don't think I'm into that. Ooh, GoPro time?
So, what do you have to say about where we're at?
So we're at Canarvon. And it's hot, but it's good.
It's hot. Everyone's
It's hot, but it's good.
dipping in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I splashed myself.
Vlogmas 2019.
Hello, YouTube. Big crack. Alright, we are about to climb that steep staircase that is essentially a ladder. Smells like dirt. Oh, it's cool air.
Yeah. I'm so happy.
Ooh. This is super beautiful. This way? I want to have lunch here. It looks like a prop, like a stage.
Yeah, it does.
They roll down radially from the source so that they don't crash into each other. I've been told that.
Are those the ones in the mummy? Like,
Correctional. No, it's called magnetism.
I did not almost fall.
wait, so what do they do in the environment?
They shape quite a bit boomerangs, and I think that's one of the scavenger hunt questions that you guys have to answer. So you guys might have.
How old is this? I don't know. Did they just like put their hand and see its eye over there?
That's so cool. Never seen anything like that.
Ooh. I'm interested in shade. It's like carvings too. It's red. It's red and green.
they're much cooler here and they've been back to camp. It's quite hot and pleasant. So you keep sipping on that water all through the day.
We talked about him. Series of little shows.
Do you know anything about the origins of the name Maya?
For me?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not the Latin American culture.
Yeah, it's the Greek goddess of spring.
Oh, I did not know that. Wow, I learned something new every day.
That's
All right, so gather round. I promised you a Jurassic landscape, and here it is. Now the trees, the plants immediately behind us are familiar. You've seen them before, you've seen them at Leamington. They are, of course, tree ferns. So like the elkhorn down the track there, this is a rainforest plant that really has no business being here in dry inland Australia. They're surviving here because of the microclimate that the gorge is creating. Just like Ward's Canyon, just like the amphitheatre is creating that moist, wet climate. Never going to get really hot. Significantly, the fire will never come into this little wet side canyon. So the tree ferns are impressive enough, but over here behind them, there's something even more remarkable.
Pulls back a bush. Hey, dinosaur.
The aptly named king fern. This fern is as big as ferns can get anywhere in the world. You're looking at the world's biggest fern, and you're thinking to yourself, well, wait a minute, those tree ferns next to it are far taller. They're taller, but look at the leaves. Compare the leaf of the tree fern to the frond to the king fern. This is as big as fern leaves can possibly get. In fact, the whole thing is held up by water pressure. It's no coincidence that it's growing here beside the stream where it never dries out. Those stems are actually hollow and they're filled with water. If I was to go and put a nick in that stem with a razor blade or something, the water would come gushing out. The hollow stem wouldn't be able to support the weight of the frond, and the whole thing would become crushing down. So you find these king ferns in the rainforests of northern Australia and all through the rainforests on the Pacific Islands. They're quite widespread, but these ones here in Canarvon are very, very special because they are a long way away from their nearest relatives. Has anyone been to Fraser Island yet? It's hundreds of kilometres away on the coast, and that is the next closest population to king ferns. Other than this side canyon, there are no king ferns in the amphitheatre, there are none in the moss garden, no one's found them anywhere else in Canarvon Gorge. The nearest other population is hundreds of kilometres away. So this one canyon, with probably a couple of dozen individuals in it, has been cut off from the rest of Australia. These king ferns have an amazing fossil record. They go right back to Jurassic times. So I'm not just saying ferns go back to Jurassic times, I'm saying Angiopterous ferns. You know, we have fossils, we have spores that are recognisably so similar to this plant living today that we place it in the same genus. Remarkably enough, Angiopterous have been recovered from this sandstone of Canarvon Gorge, which is 200 million years old. So it's just astonishing to think how long these plants have been here in this little side canyon, this refugia, in a different climate and a place where fire never comes. That story is very similar to one of the first stories I ever told you guys, the story of the Wallamai Pine. It too is a relic that has survived in this one little canyon where the climate never changes and the fire never comes. So it's just mind-blowing to think about how many thousands and thousands of years these plants have lingered on here. Presumably once upon a time, their ancestors grew right across Australia in those ancient Gondwanan rainforests. The climates have changed and they're all long gone, but here they've held on in this one little canyon. It's an incredible thought, and add to that immense geological age of these things. So it's really no imagination to think this is as close as you'll ever come to seeing the world as it would appear in the Jurassic, a landscape not of flowering plants, but a landscape dominated by mosses and giant ferns. It's up to you to mentally imagine a stegosaurus trundling around the corner and having a nibble of them, But this is about as close as you'll ever get to a time machine to seeing how life really would have looked like way back there in the Jurassic.
Do you know how big like a typical
That's a good question. It would be about the height of Tim Turner's feet with the top of the plate.
Cool that he said that. I didn't know there was a log back here. Look, no. No.
Well, Bruce Natalie
Hello.
decided off to me last night and said, I have a friend.
Oh my gosh.
But there was a land surface here, and over that land surface, the time it was relatively wet, and the local environment here was one of swamps and still water lagoons. How can I tell that there were swamps here that immense period of time, 230 million years ago? Well, the answer is the sedimentary rocks that they must have turned off. This is here when I was a kid, and it fascinated me then, all this slipping off. So it's drip all the time, 24 hours a day for thousands of years, no doubt. And you can see how thick and luxurious the moss has grown as a result. Really nice place. There's a nice chair here. We'll sit down and have some morning tea, afternoon tea if you've got anything left.
Alright, we just hiked a whole bunch of stairs, and I'm super tired. Stairs! And now we're here. Oh, I'm sorry. You're gonna push me off this cliff.
Those are terrifying. I know, I get down the cliff, like, and they start out great.
There was a really tall water slide. I think they're called terrestrial up there in Kansas. There's an accident and a kid got killed because they didn't. Yeah, because they didn't. They didn't. I think the float or whatever didn't have enough weight and it flew. And then
Like jump off a cliff and they have like bat wing squirrel suits.
then again, I don't think.
They're like a squirrel. Like flying. Have you never seen a
I
video?
don't think the water slide
No, they're like flying.
should be unsafe just because.
What are you gonna wear your shoes for, Dimitri? What's happening? We're going to stream. It's hot. Hot. We took off our shoes. I have them swung.
Remind as far as creek crossing, you know. I need that chin level water, you know. I need to be carrying my bag above my head, you know, like in the movies.
Ooh, it's hot. Is it cold? Let me in. Let me in, Natalie. Oh. I didn't know what you meant. Just like how the pioneers did it.
Be careful of dysentery, though, you know.
But to colonize the other side of that river.
Yeah, you just have to be careful of dysentery.
Alright. Ah, almost slipped.
Oh, fuck.
Dimitri, don't you be splashing me.
Shit, there's a little bit of a problem here.
See, this is why you should have not worn shoes.
Go ahead of me, it's all good.
No, no. There's absolutely no room. It's cold, it's a bit chilly.
Oh, oh crap.
I'm about to.
This is...
You sink a lot. Oh! Oh shit!
So muddy. And I'm like,
Dude, the mud is up to my knees. The cloud of mud looks so weird. Look at that.
I almost fell.
My backpack getting wet? Is my backpack getting wet?
No.
Okay, cool. Hi!
My butt is wet.
Oh yeah, no, my butt is wet, for sure.
That's because you all went through the deep part that I said I wouldn't recommend going through.
Where's the shallow part?
Just to the side.
Oh!
Yeah, I know, it happens. I'm used to it. I don't take it personally anymore.
We couldn't hear.
We were in the back! Oh, I'm stepping on hard stuff.
Because we're doing field work, so we're going to be walking in the forest area.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So I can protect my bag with my hat. So we are being rained on. We're... Hi, Rachel. We came to the back to the watering hole to swim, and it started raining on us. So now we're just sitting out here, being rained on.
It's just that's a long walk. I feel like
Update.
as soon as you get there, it's gonna stop.
It's pouring rain. There's lots of thunder. People are still in the water trying to pretend like it's fun. I'm trying to eat my lunch. There's nowhere to
I'm
hide.
trying to eat. I just want to eat my damn food.
My tortilla is getting wet.
Uh-oh, a tortilla.
I really did go for it. I was like, I'm wet already.
Always enjoys great renown among his fellows. So think about what he's describing there, the incredible skills and endurance involved. You walk through the forest, that's how our species probably got started in Africa, just doggedly following something until it's exhausted. But to do that, you're walking for 3 days through the bush, not carrying a plastic bottle of water like we are, not carrying a backpack full of food, not even with shoes on your feet, and certainly not following a graded track. If the kangaroo went straight up that cliff, then that's where the hummer has to go. And after that 3 days of pursuit, then to have the strength from the arm to throw the boomerang and spear and bring that animal down, and then pick it up, put it on your shoulders and walk back to share it with the rest of the tribe. Amazing, amazing skills. I think you would have learned about song lines in lectures. So to me, one of the most beautiful aspects of the Aboriginal culture is the concept of the song line, that growing up in that society, a song line is a physical journey you make through the landscape, I suppose a little bit like the pilgrimage in the Western religious tradition. But you would walk as a young person the song line.
Hey Rachel, are you wet?
No,
Is it a little bit
it's kind of hot.
cold?
It's kind of sunny.
Is it a little bit Is it a little bit drippy?
No.
In here?
Not really. I wouldn't say.
We're continuing our hike, even though I'm soaking wet. I'm dripping wet.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I went into a puddle.
Did you?